Don't Starve Together is a game where you can do a lot. From traveling to the literal moon, or well, an island that came from the moon, to defeating scary and messed up bosses. But a big problem to some players is that unlike many other games, Don't Starve Together doesn't have any achievements. Beating the game isn't something that you can just show off to your Steam friends, and you can never truly 100% a game without achievements, right? Well, what if I told you Don't Starve Together does actually have achievements? And no, I'm not talking about modding achievements into the game, I'm talking real, clay-backed, official achievements. Well, it turns out, on one specific version of Don't Starve Together, Don't Starve Console Edition, there just so happens to be, you guessed it, achievements. And today, my goal will be to collect all 36 of them and join the 0.10% of players that have truly 100% Don't Starve Together. Doing this will be no easy task. Not only are some of the achievements pretty difficult by normal means, or just downright luck-based, but I also have to play on Console Edition, which means I will be using a controller, which comes with its own set of disadvantages, especially for inventory management. But I'm not earning any achievements sitting here complaining about what I'm about to face. Let's just load into my brand new burner Microsoft account that has 0 achievements and start our very own aptly named world to begin collecting. Our very first achievement starts right before we even load into the world, as we don a fancy pair of shoes, netting us achievement 1 out of 36, Sunday Best, which requires us to, well, put on a skin. I promise most of the achievements won't be this easy, but of course, some of them are going to be, and we may as well get those out of the way to allow us to focus on the harder ones after. Oh yeah, and just in case anybody noticed, yeah, I'm doing all of this during the Hollowed Knights event, so if you see any spooky stuff, well, that's why. I gotta say, those tree bats were incredibly annoying, but the pumpkins and trinkets were nice, so, you know, there's that. Anyways, back to achievements. Later in the night, we get another easy achievement, Worming My Way In, which is to use a wormhole. 2 down, 34 to go. And we end day 1 ready to keep the ball rolling. On the start of day 2, I decide to do the stage play for some free loot. Well, okay, it's not free, but all you have to do is fight 3 very weak hounds to get some random drops, and I just so happened to get a day 2 miner's helmet, which isn't too bad. Then it was time to go for our third achievement. This one was called Make It Rain, and all we had to do was sell a trinket, or really anything, to the Pig King. Now, I'll admit, the Hollowed Knights event made this one very easy. 3 achievements in by day 2. Let's go ahead and make that 4 by setting down a small base and placing down a science machine, which will give us the Bachelor of Science achievement. Again, it may seem like I'm breezing through these achievements, but trust me, they get harder, and there will be bosses, don't you worry. On day 3, I decided to make a hammer and go do the tried and true early game material strat of evicting pigs. This was in an effort to make ourselves an alchemy engine to obtain our 5th achievement of the run, Master of Science. Then, I remembered how to access the emote wheel on console, which allowed me to obtain the 6th achievement, Express Yourself. 6 down, 30 to go. But now it was time for some regular old Don't Starve stuff. You know, getting charcoal for crockpots and exploring. We even find the terrarium on day 4, and while there are no achievements linked to the Eye of Cthulhu, I still may as well fight it for fun, you know. But not yet, not yet. No. We're just gonna hold on to it for now. Now, basic Don't Starve stuff, while it's entertaining to a degree, isn't the point of this video. So let's go ahead and move on to day 5, where I started the day by collecting a gift, which will be very important later on and kind of bottleneck us, but we'll get to that later. And then I make myself a bug net. This allows me to go for 2 achievements, the first being What a Lovely Day, which I, for some reason, didn't get the pop-up for, but I definitely got it, and that was to plant a butterfly to make a flower. And then we set our sight on bees. One of the achievements was to harvest an overflowing tier 3 bee box, and I would like to get that before winter since bee farming becomes impossible during winter. Now, this isn't a speed run, but hey, the faster the better, right? While collecting bees, I also chopped down some birch nut trees to get ourselves some trail mix later down the line. And well, this happens. I'm gonna go through the Winter's Feast, although I don't know. So what is it with day 5 and having tree guards, like, spawn? Like what's up with that? What's going on here? Oh well, it wasn't all bad though, because we finished our bee box by day 5 and placed 2 of them in the morning of day 6. While we wait for those to fill with honey, let's go ahead and get one of the more difficult achievements out of the way. taming a beefalo. Now, I'm not saying that taming a beefalo is difficult in itself, rather it's the time investment in said beefalo that really sucks. You sort of have to baby these things for 20 days in order to tame one, so the earlier we start, the better. So welcome Mr. Gorpo to our home, our resident beef who would become surprisingly helpful. But in order to ride him around and start the domestication process, I would need to go hunt for a few of his brothers and, hunt them down. It's kind of crazy how that works, but yeah, you need beefalo for a saddle. It's scary out here, man. On day 7, we finally have ourselves a noble mount. Or well, the start of one. If you've ever suffered through the beefalo domestication process, you will know that these guys are incredibly annoying to ride at first. If you don't feed them like every 2 milliseconds, they just throw you off and let you fend for yourself. This gets better slowly over time, but it's still annoying. On day 8, I decided to get some cave achievements done. The first one being Open Sesame, which is as simple as going into the caves for the first time. It's here where I begin mapping the place out as much as possible. Many of the achievements are cave-based, and one of them will rely purely on RNG, but we'll get to that later. On day 9, we get an Earthquake, which gives us our 9th achievement, Quaking in My Boots, which is to simply, experience an earthquake. Yeah, really glamorous and difficult, I know. We do a couple more things during our spelunking trip to the caves. We defeat a Snurtle, the Slurtle's shy and rare cousin, and I receive its shell, which will be very important later on, and I'm super glad we got it this early. And then we spend a majority of the rest of our time farming Slurtles. This is because one of the achievements require us to wear both a Snurtle shell and a Slurtle helmet. The Snurtle shell has a 90% chance to drop from Snurtles, which only have a 10% chance to spawn, and the Slurtle helmet only has a 10% chance to drop from Slurtles, which have a 90% chance to spawn. So basically, we have to luck out both times, and I'm sure you can see why I'm glad we already got the Snurtle out of the way. We don't get the helmet, so I head back upstairs on day 11 and get spawned at the Florid Postern for some reason. Yeah, console edition is bug-free and flawless it seems. Good thing I base next to the portal. The next goal was to get Moggles. One of the achievements was to fight the Ancient Guardian, and while I could absolutely find him without Moggles, I already have 2 glowberries from our previous excursion, so what's the harm in just going ahead and making them? So by the morning of day 13, we make ourselves some. And a lantern, because you can never have too many backup sources of light. Oh, that and the fact that bishops can damage you on the beefalo. Yeah, that really sucks too. Now, some of you who have been, paying attention, you might have already seen this coming. I literally just talked about it, but yeah, our next goal was to fight the Ancient Guardian. The earlier the better because Ruins loot would help us with future achievements. Some of you may be wondering how I'm feeding my beefalo down here in the caves, and to that I say Mr. Gorpo has a refined palette of only the best light bulbs. Hey look, he doesn't complain, so they must be good for him or something. So, funny story. This was going to be my first time fighting a boss on a beefalo, and on a controller no less. So I wanted a little bit of insurance. Before going to the ruins proper, I decide to locate the Blue Mushroom Forest and pick as many as I can before day 15 rolls around. Some of you may not know this, but beefalo actually gain 4 times the health benefit from food that players get. This means that a blue cap, which normally provides 20 health to a player, will provide a beefalo with 80 health per feed, with no sanity penalty because, well, it's a beefalo. Though, a beefalo sanity update would be pretty funny. Anyways, after that we head to the ruins proper and prepare for our very first boss-related achievement. Oh, this is the atrium. Oh, dude, yes, let's go. Oh, yeah, it's not the atrium, it's the labyrinth. That's what they call it. That's the government name for it. Oh god, you're right there? Console edition, you don't have to go through the maze. The maze is after the Guardian. Why have they never changed that, and why is it still a thing? I'm not complaining. Could get very, very sketchy if we get thrown off, though. I'm not anticipating that. Screw it. Let's fight! Alright, Guardian. This should be a big stun. Yep. This is big. This is big, everybody. Phase 2 yet? No, we're not phase 2 yet. Okay, guys, Ancient Guardian's going down. This is the first time I've actually fought a boss with a beefalo, and it's not too bad as long as we stay up on the obedience. Now, that being said, we're probably doing less damage than we would with a handbat. We are most likely doing less damage than we would with a handbat, but it's fun, and we can easily outmaneuver. That's not a good sound to hear. Don't make me freeze on day 15. Come on. Don't make me freeze on day 15. You won't. Don't do that, please. Don't even mess with that idea. Don't even entertain the idea that I'm going to freeze on day 15. That is not cool. All right, come on, come on. Okay, we're at phase 2 officially. We get you to do a jump, please. Yes, please. There we go, big jump. Those stupid tentacles, though, in the way. Get him stunned real quick, and then we're gonna go do a real quick feeding sesh. Of course, we get stupid depth worms. Of course, why wouldn't we get depth worms at this moment in particular? Why would we not get depth worms at this exact moment? We all know I deserve depth worms, of course. Tentacle. Ooh, God. There we go. Let's just activate those tentacles now. Get them out of the way, because those are death pits right there. I tell you what. You know, fighting this guy on a B-flow is not that bad. Yay, depth worms. Yay, yay, yay. Ouch. That probably hurt pretty bad. Okay. We're on waning. We're at waning. Hold on. Let me back off and deal with these depth worms a little bit. Ancient Guardian is so mad over there. Alright, alright. Grab these glowberries. Huge. Okay, let's fill up the moggles. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some carrots. We are close to insanity right now. Alright, let's let him run a little bit. There we go. Okay, perfect. Let's get him to run here. Lovely. Alright, let's get him over here. This is a good spot for him. Yes, that's a good spot. Come on. There it is. Ancient Guardian hath been defeated. And on day 16, the first boss of many was slain, and we were rewarded with the Ancient History achievement. And we were free to return to the surface, for now. But you know what? I wanted to keep the boss train rolling, so let's go ahead and fight the Eye of Cthulhu. I've never done it on a beefalo, and with how fun the Ancient Guardian was on one, well, then this one should be very fun too. I said that wrong, but you get what I mean. Okay, feed you as much as we can. There we go. This should be fun on a beefalo, actually. This should be really fun on a beefalo, actually. Woo! Fighting the Eye of Cthulhu. I love fighting the Eye of Cthulhu. Let's feed you a little bit. I really don't want to get bucked off at like the worst time. 5? 6? 6 hits for those guys? That's annoying. Yeah, we definitely do spear damage. I don't know, this might be a 2-day thing. Alright, this might be a 2-day thing. Okay, hold on. Let's feed him a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it's a 2-day thing. Keyword is should be. Should be able to get the eye tonight. There he is. Alright, sorry, I'm locking in. Even though it's the Eye of Terror, I'm not really worried about the Eye of Terror, but, you know. Bad things can still happen, like that. I'm gonna get rid of these eggs. You've got to be close. Ah. Why? Wait, I don't need that. I don't need that fire. Let's try to bring him away. Let's try to bring him away. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Man, he loves doing this bite attack, man. Alright, I need to bring him away. I need to bring him away. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is good. This is good. This is great, actually. Might be able to get him here. No! Oh, come on, man. Come on. He's got to be so close. We had plans to eradicate the eye by tonight, but a couple of achievements were coming our way, so I guess I have to go back into post-commentary mode to announce them. The first one was an achievement called Not Dead Yet, which we achieved by surviving 20 consecutive days without perishing. And the second one was Honorary Doctor of Science, which was to build a Prestidigitator. The next achievement, or well, the next 2 achievements, required us to get a tree guard, so my next stop was the forest. And while we were here, I planned to finish the eye fight. But me, being the idiot that I am, forgot the beefalo bell at home, so he just kind of left us. Mr. Gorpo left us for dead, and we were doing this fight on foot. Oh yeah, it was that easy. It was that easy the whole time. Yeah, alright. After that fun and engaging battle, winter was here. And there was only one achievement locked behind winter, tied to a very infamous boss fight. But that wasn't our only goal this winter. We first head back home and harvest a tier 3 bee box to achieve the Busy Bee achievement. And then it was back to chopping trees in hopes of getting a tree guard. When out of nowhere, a spider queen emerged. Now defeating a spider queen is tied to an achievement, so me and the mighty Mr. Gorpo take her on. However, I luck out, or rather unluck out, or however you would say that, and she pops out 3 nurse spider babies. A bit more than I can chew at the moment, so I retreat, tactically. And then we come back and defeat the beast on day 24. Now, I didn't feel the need to include my live reaction because it was a mix of various grunting noises. I don't know what I was doing. But hey, if you're into all this live gameplay, knowledge stuff, don't forget to check out my second channel, Polarlotus Extras, where I upload all of my unedited challenge runs for your viewing pleasures, with all of my vocal stims included. You'll love it. Also, subscribe there. And hey, subscribe here if you're enjoying this video. We're pretty far in, right? I don't know. Either way, let's get back to the video. Yeah, defeating the Spider Queen gives us the Insecticide Regicide achievement, and now it was time to get back to work on the trees. On day 25, I hire some pigs and we get to work. And it doesn't take long for one of the trees to come to life. This tree was very important for 2 achievements, one direct and one indirect achievement. But first I had to clear out my workers, sorry guys, can't have you interrupting, and then we can head up to the tree, aggro it, and plant a few pine cones to get the Tree Whisperer achievement, which requires you to pacify a tree guard by using pine cones. Hey, maybe some of you just learned that you can do that today. If you did, then I'm proud to be your source of niche information. Now our next goal would be to defeat the tree guard, which is really easy, and then we would be on track for our next achievement, which would require us to build a shadow manipulator. That tier 2 shadow triangle station. Yeah, that requires living logs. Alright, and a purple gem, which we snag from a bishop I had found in the desert. And then, a few days later, because I got sidetracked by something completely unimportant and not related to the challenge run at all, we finally get a shadow manipulator down, granting us the Doctor of Science achievement. Our 16th achievement, meaning we only had 20 more to go. And one would be at our doorstep tomorrow night. But, yeah. This is gonna be stressful. This is gonna actually be pretty stressful. I should have got more sanity food, man. There's the beast. She's up here. I feel her in my controller. There she is. Alright, let's get her closer to the fire. Three, 4. I could probably get a lot more in. Woo, that's sketch. Two, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whee! Alright. Hold up. Alright, I gotta, let's see. Hold up, I gotta deal with my demons. Man. Again, my primary goal is to keep the beefalo alive. Everything else, I don't care about. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's make sure beefalo is fully domesticated. I know I might be overthinking this, but... Yikes! Like zoinks, man! Alright, dear Collapse, you can't leave me. You shall not leave me. Alright, dear Collapse, I have to leave you. I really should have brought sanity food, dude. Not bringing sanity food was my biggest mistake. Again, we're fighting with what is essentially a spear. Why do all the enemies want to spawn when you're fighting a boss? Why? Genuinely, like, I don't get this. Why is it that I could be insane for like 10 minutes and not have any shadows spawn. But when a boss is here, suddenly every shadow on the planet decides to spawn. Why tell me and make that make sense to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm gonna get cold here in a second. I gotta can't make a fire without getting off the beefalo. Getting off the beefalo introduces risk. Why did I bring my beefalo? Okay, I take out the Terrorbeak. I'll get a little bit of insurance here. I need Deerclops to not die to something else though. All right, beautiful. We have a fighting point now. We have a fighting point. Let's go get Deerclops. Come on, Deerclops. Where'd you go? Oh God, where did Deerclops go? Where did you go? What? What? Are you? There's no figure sketch. I have genuinely zero clue where Deerclops went. No, come on, man. I don't want to have to wait until next winter. Okay, like, you could say that the spiders maybe killed her, but there would be a figure sketch then. There's no figure sketch. So, that was incredibly disheartening. Yeah, apparently on console edition, bosses can just despawn. This meant now that I had to wait until the second winter to defeat Deerclops, which was really, really annoying. Hey, on the bright side, Mr. Gorpo fully tamed today, giving us the Beast of the Bottomless Stomach achievement. And he was ornery, which meant we would get some extra damage out of him. My next goal was another general purpose achievement that would require us to make the fabled sewing kit. For that, we would need Hound's Teeth. So I decided to test out Mr. Gorpo's new tamed power, and yeah, he did not disappoint. When it came to Hound combat, he absolutely rocked. Before I settled in and bang out some more easy achievements though, I decided that we should go after a Mactus before winter was over. If something ever did happen to Mr. Gorpo, and man, I really hope nothing does happen, we may need it for speed. You know, the walking cane. It being the walking cane, I should have specified that. Although, the strangest thing happened to me while I was out fighting them. Let's go deal with some Mackies. I just realized Mac's probably gonna shoot me, not the beefalo. What? What? I'm... Wow, give me a second, buddy. What? Did I get the cane? I did get the cane, nice. I guess we're getting a second chance. Genuinely have no clue how this is happening, but I guess we're getting this is console edition, okay, guys? I want to reiterate that. I want to make that clear. This is console edition. Just gonna make that clear real quick. All right, you're done this time. I got sanity this time, buddy. All right, let's get you over here to the fire. Come here. I'm not letting you out of my sight this time, okay? I'm not letting you out of my sight this time. Oh, wait. So that's the same Deerclops. That was the same. I'm so confused. Well, you know what? Hey, I'm not gonna complain. But that whole event was just so anomalous. I don't even know what happened. I've never seen a boss go away and then come back with the same amount of health. That was so weird. Let's just go ahead and hope things here on out go smoothly. Spoiler alert, they don't. But for now, let's not worry about that. On our last day of winter, I decide to get another easy achievement out of the way by taming 6 pigmen. I am awarded with the Pigpen achievement. And then, we are awarded with the Stayin' Alive achievement for, well, staying alive for 35 consecutive days. Overall, not a bad day, and now we had spring to look forward to. Our plan for spring was simple. It was our last season where we could safely walk above ground. So we were going to try to bang out the rest of the mandatory achievements before then. Because why not? Yes, that means we're going after the big baddie herself, Dragonfly, this spring, but there's a lot we have to do before that happens. And I decided to spend the next few days in the ruins. Our goal was to grab as many crowns as we can without putting our lives in too much danger, so we get into some fun ruins shenanigans, and we leave with a total of 4 crowns and a Magiluminescence. It's a bit low for Dragonfly. I would prefer to have a little bit more because, you know, Dragonfly is a bit scary, but it's what we're gonna have to work with. But right now I'm a little nervous to fight the dragon herself. How about we warm up on an easier boss who also happens to be tied to an achievement? Ah, here we go. We do have a moose goose over here. All right, they're calling in mama. There's the mama. All right, I'm gonna wait for moose goose to deal with a lot of the frogs, because the frogs are definitely the biggest problem. I don't know, the frogs might kill her, dude. Look at all these frogs. I low-key might need to help her. Look at all these frogs. Dude, this is insanity. Well, Moose Goose is going to be nice and weakened up for me. My God. I don't know if Moose Goose is going to survive that. I literally have to help Moose Goose right now. Come on. Moose Goose, you can survive this. You can survive this, Moose Goose. Alright, she's almost down. Oh, it still makes me drop my item. Interesting. Alright, come on. Let's play. I don't know how much health this Beefalo has, but that's definitely hurting. Ah! Oh my God. Okay. That was, wow. Alright, well, we defeated Moose Goose. With Moose Goose slain, we are awarded with the Gone South achievement. Oh yeah, and I totally forgot about that sewing achievement. So, by using a sewing kit, we are awarded with the Quick and Thimble achievement. We now had a total of 22 achievements, with a majority of them now residing in the caves. I was left with the choice. Go do the cave stuff, which is way safer now, and leave Dragonfly for summer, when she'll be much harder, or go fight Dragonfly now and then do the cave stuff during summer when it makes the most sense. I chose the former because I'm a little wuss and I'm scared to fight Dragonfly on a controller. Alright, whatever, we're going into the caves to do these achievements. First, I find some more Slurtles and finally get the Shell Mitt, which means that when we get home we can get that achievement out of the way. Then I head to a large Tentapillar and defeat it, and then I jump into its slimy pit, which awards me with the Tentacle Express achievement. And then I hunt down some rock lobsters and tame 4 of them, which gives us the Tough Crowd achievement. And when we return home, I put on our snail costume and get the Turtling achievement. Wow, that was way quicker than I thought. So I guess we have to fight Dragonfly now, huh? Oh boy, this is gonna be so fun. And there's a lot at stake here because if I die, I will not be able to get that 70-day consecutive achievement. I'll have to survive another 70 days. So there's a lot on the line here, guys. To fight Dragonfly, I'm gonna set up walls like this. This is a well-known anti-lave strat, as it will allow me to ignore the lave during the fight. Under normal circumstances, Dragonfly will spam you with lave, which are the true danger of the fight. But with walls like this, they won't be able to path to you, as they will assume that they can walk over the lava pond, which they cannot. I also will be using Mr. Gorpo. Now, he has proven to be a mighty battle steed, helping us with I think it was all of our boss fights, but this would be his biggest combat challenge yet. Dragonfly is no pushover, coming in at 27,000 health. It was going to be a war of endurance to see who would come out on the other side. So with a pan flute, a backup kit in case Mr. Gorpo falls, and some healing for Mr. Gorpo and for me, we engage with the beast, in what is sure to be our largest battle of this video. This is it. It's happening. Come to me, Dragonfly. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that was a bit. Okay, that's a bit early, man. Oh no. Okay, we're throwing. Okay, we're good. We're good. 3, 4, 5, 6. Why are you doing it earlier sometimes? Okay. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why? What? Okay, so is it 5? Oh no. Okay, hold on. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 5. No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're doing lave. We're doing lave. This is a good time to heal. Okay, okay. Let's heal up a little bit and hope that this wall worked. Yes. All right, all right. Oh, Beefalo. This is scary, I know. But we're doing it. We've already gotten to phase 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no. Okay. Okay, hold on. Chill out, chill out. So the Beefalo's hurt. Beefalo's hurting. Gotta heal it. Let's heal you up a little bit, Beefy. Okay. Relax, it's okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, that didn't work. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5. It's 5. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. 2, 3. Okay. Ooh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay. Okay, we can heal you. We can heal you. Relax, relax. It's okay. All right, get 2 heals in. That should be good enough. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, 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 nope. Go to bed, you sleepy, silly goose. All right, heal up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I try to sidestep this? Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, Beefy. Hold in there. Hold in there. Beefy, hold in there. No, no, no. Oh, God. Not now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, Beefy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 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 no. No, Beefy. You will pay for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, okay, hold up. Hold up. All right, Madge. You're gonna pay for this, you stupid fly. You're gonna pay for this. All right, but this is what we trained for. This is what we trained for. Come on, it's gotta be close. It's gotta be close. We can't let his death be for nothing. All right, hit me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Apparently that wasn't one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I don't get it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Already? Okay, I mean, I'll take it. That's a break. That's a break. That's a minute. That's a minute. For Mr. Gorpo. I won't let his death be in vain. My hands are so sweaty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good night. Good night. Don't do that again. No, I'm messing it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Oh, I started choking there at the end. You guys probably saw that. I started choking there at the end. We had done it. After defeating Dragonfly, we achieved the no-fly zone achievement. Ironically, more players have actually beaten Dragonfly than the Ancient Guardian, which is funny because Ancient Guardian is like 10 times easier, but oh well. The battle wasn't without sacrifice. Mr. Gorpo, our beloved Beefalo, fell in battle with the beast. And we spent the next few days burying him only where it was appropriate, in a coffin made of the creature who defeated him. Hello, Mr. Gorpo. Let's go. Let's get Mr. Gorpo home. Let's fight! Alright, Guardian. There it is! Vivi, wait! Mr. Gorpo! Mr. Gorpo, wait! Oh, of course, you want to come back for food now. No, no, no. No, Beefy! You will pay for this. With Dragonfly down, there was only one final achievement that we actively had to search out, and that would require a tallbird egg. Luckily, I knew exactly where one was, so I went, stole it from the mom, and then I placed it next to a fire and it started hatching. So I waited, and waited, and waited, and eventually, on day 55, a baby was born, giving me the Not Your Mama achievement. I subsequently abandoned the child and got myself another survival goal achievement, called I Will Survive, for surviving 55 consecutive days without croaking. We were getting very close to the end now, but summer was an obstacle that was now, well, here. It gets hot now. We no longer had anything left to do in the caves achievement-wise, so I decided, out of boredom, to activate the archives, and that was fun for a little while, but then I just kind of, well, I got bored and I just sat in the caves for a little bit until, you know, autumn was back. On day 70, I emerged from my hibernation well-rested and with a belly full of unagi. I'm awarded with the I'm a Survivor achievement today, the last of our survival-based achievements for surviving a full in-game year without croaking. And now, our next achievements required very specific things. First, I would need to wait until the end of this autumn to fight Bearger. And second, I had to switch my world to a public world. This is because a few of the achievements relate to, well, hosting a public world. And so I flipped the switch, eager to see what denizens of the Constant rolled through my side of the portal. Would we get a griefer? Or maybe would we get some newbie who we could set up for life and teach? I don't know, man. The options, they're so exciting. But nobody came. Eventually, Bearger did spawn, and while I lost him at first, I eventually found him near the end of autumn, and a very lonely battle ensued. I had hoped I would at least have someone here by my side, you know, just some random person I could become friends with and they could help me with some achievements, but alas, it was a job for only me. No, oh well. Alright, beautiful, he's going to safety. Wonderful, wonderful. Alright, look, Bearger. Look, buddy. buddy. Okay. You and I, we're gonna fight, okay, Berger? I keep forgetting the directional combat of Berger. It's one side. You have to go to one side. I always forget what side it is. He does have the sanity drain. Okay, come on. It's a huge skill issue on Berger by my part, by the way. Yeah, normally you can only get 2 hits, but oh my god, of course. Of course! Why wouldn't this happen to me? I can train him for a little bit. It's okay. Oh, frozen in time and space. Wonderful. I think he's gonna do a slam. Yep, slam. Why am I skill issuing against Berger of all people right now? I always do that. Oh, I'm not getting through this. See, I don't... Oh, that's the slam. I'm trying to do this in the coolest way possible, but it keeps resulting in me... Okay, this is a slam. Whee! All right, see, you gotta take your risks where you got them, right? And down goes the bear. The achievement I was scared I wouldn't get. Okay. Well, on the bright side, that means we're good. With Berger gone, we now had to rely on the hope that another player would join us to get 2 key achievements. But again, nobody came. Yeah, okay, this one calls for help. I decided to message one of the members of my Discord, who goes by the name of Grass, and asked if he could help me to get these 2 achievements. Thankfully, he said yes, so with his generosity, I would like to present these 2 achievements to the world here. These kids are our future, which you get for giving an item to a new player after you have survived 20 days on a world, and finally, a giving heart, which you get for bringing a friend back from the dead. Huge shout out to Grass. I genuinely didn't know how I would have done this without him. I don't think it would have been possible without him. I didn't realize how dead Don't Starve Together was on console. It's bad, man. I mean, look at this public server list. That's atrocious. You know what, speaking of public servers though, let's go ahead and get this achievement out of the way. By joining a random public world, we are given the We All Die Alone Together achievement. I then immediately leave because I'm shy. This was it. Only 2 achievements stood between me and the final goal of 100%ing Don't Starve Together. But little did I know, this achievement right here would be the most god-awful, horrible, dumb, idiotic, most broken achievement ever to befall my sight. So, if you build it, they will come is an achievement that sounds simple on paper. You simply must host a public world for 40 consecutive days. No big deal. I'll just keep my world running for 40 days on public. It's annoying having to check in every now and then for 6 whole hours, but hey, it's for a video, I can justify it. But oh, no, none of that. You actually have to host a public world starting from day 1. Fine, whatever, I'll do that. Nope, sorry. When Clay said consecutively here, they actually meant you have to literally leave your console on and play for 6 hours straight. I really wish I was lying when I said this, but this is easily the hardest achievement in the entire game. Now, I've heard people say that they get this achievement sometimes by playing in split chunks of time. However, for me, the only thing that actually worked was leaving my Xbox on overnight in an AFK world and praying that I didn't disconnect for some unknown reason. In my experience, you have to do this achievement in one shot on a fresh world, which is just so awful. You have to play Don't Starve Together for 6 hours straight. Now, I know that's not entirely that hard, but it's a super lazy achievement, and I would rather fight 1,000 dragonflies than ever do this one again. And I hate fighting dragonfly. Okay, whatever. We got the achievement anyway, so let's just move on to our final achievement. I saved the best for last, everyone. For achievement number 35, our final achievement, the one that would unlock our show-off achievement and 100% the game, we just had to visit our friend in the trade-in, the Beefalo guy, and do a little light gambling. Or well, we would, if I wasn't literally 1 item short. Clay, why do you do me like this? This meant that I had to wait a whole extra day and pray that my daily drop was a common. Okay, come on guys. All right, I waited. It is now currently the next day. If this is not a common, which it should be, that's the highest chance. I'm actually hoping for the lowest chance drop. I'm gonna freak it, okay? Like, I'm gonna go ballistic. All right, come on, please. Come on, please. Yes! Yes, I don't care. Trust me, I don't care. Sandals. I did all that for sandals. Thank you, I'll take it. We get our achievement, Shifty but Thrifty, which is to craft a new clothing item with the help of the mysterious stranger. And finally, there it is. The Fire of Odds. You filled your achievement case to brimming. All 36 achievements. And there I had it. All 36 achievements. A true and proper, Clay-approved, 100% run of Don't Starve Together. Console Edition. Yeah, that's right. The next time you're fighting Ancient Fuel Weaver or Celestial Champion, remember that you don't even have to do that to 100% the game. You just have to AFK for an ungodly amount of time. Dude, I literally spent over 13 hours on that one single achievement alone. Ugh. That was fun anyway, guys. Like and subscribe for more.